Hello, I'm Jeremy, the CEO of Sidekick. Appreciate everybody joining us today. The team has been working extremely hard on these new workflow features, so we're really excited to share it with you. All right, today I'm going to talk a little bit about our overall vision and kind of how workflow fits into that. And then we'll give you an overview of workflow, a product demo, tell you about some other features that are coming soon, and close out with some questions. So if you do have any questions, feel free to post those into the chat, and we'll be trying to answer a few of those at the end as time permits. So before I dive in, I want to tell you a little bit about what I mean when I say workflow. So when I say that, what I mean is really talking about all the things that you need to do to take your campaign from start to finish. So the tasks that you need to do, that the creators need to do, streamlining content reviews, anything that's back and forth, just to make everything really easy for you and for the creator, and make it easy to track all of that in one place. This has really been one of the most popular feature requests that we've had from customers, and we've really taken all of the feedback that we've gotten and how you're doing campaigns into account as we built this, both to make it really easy to get started and really simple to use, but also making it really customizable so that we know that each of you has different ways of running campaigns. Sometimes you have different stages of the funnel. So making it really easy for you to map that into the tool and track it however you run your campaigns. Before we dive into workflow specifically, I wanted to talk a minute about our bigger goals and how workflow fits into that. So our goal at Sidekick really is helping our customers leverage the creator economy by understanding who the creators are who are influential to their customer base, building a community of those creators and creating effective creator partnerships, and then working with those creators to drive revenue and growth, and of course, be able to measure and report on the outcomes of that. And the three words that are at the top of the screen here, I think really embody what we think is important about how we're approaching that. So scalable, repeatable, and predictable. And so by scalable, what I mean is making it as easy to work with 10 creators as it is to work with 100 or even 1,000 or more. And I think you'll see as we go through the demo how workflow really helps you scale your creator programs. By repeatable, I'm really talking about how easy it is not to just have a one-off campaign where you get some good results, but how do you do that on an ongoing basis? How do you repeat what works and expand on it so that you can drive results every week, every month through the program? And by predictable, we're taking that rich data set that we're collecting to help estimate what your future performance is going to be, to help you make good decisions about who you work with or how you structure your campaign, and then be able to understand how those decisions are going to impact the results that you get out of those campaigns. And I think as we walk you through not only workflow, but some of the other features that are coming soon, such as performance-based scoring and predictive analytics, you'll see how we're going to be helping you improve your decision-making and forecasting in the future. All right, so now I'm going to turn it over to Brett, who's going to tell you more about workflow.
Thank you, Jeremy. As Jeremy said, right, our goal with workflow is to really centralize and simplify your creator lifecycle management. So how can we make that easier for you? How can you take things you're doing outside of Sidekick, like managing creator marketing through spreadsheets, and bring that directly into our product to make your life easier? And actually, as Jeremy said, make it more scalable and repeatable. And it's fully customizable. So the workflow builder that we've integrated into our existing campaign builder gives you that ability, right? However you're kind of managing your process, or whatever particular stages or milestones you have when you're working with creators, all of that can be easily brought into Sidekick now. And we give you really easy ways to continually manage that. Another thing, kind of huge piece leap forward in what you're going to be able to do from a just creator management perspective is all of the stuff that we've been putting into the kind of brand experience of workflow. We're fully now integrated into your creator portal. So creators now are able to see things like what tasks they have to do, and you can assign specific creators specific tasks, and really gives them a central location to stay kind of informed and on track about what they need to be doing and when. So a couple pieces, kind of critical parts of workflow and how we've integrated into Sidekick. The one piece is our templates. So, we have pre-built templates that are part of this release, and those pre-built templates are really there, one, for someone that maybe, hey, I've never even run a creator marketing campaign before. What should I do? What should be included? What stages or tasks or things should I have as part of that campaign? And they will be built in. And as we continue to refine workflow, we'll continue to refine our templates. So whenever you're going in to use one of our pre-built ones, it will be kind of best of breed, taking advantage of all our features and functionality, as well as all of kind of what we've learned from experience. On the other side, you can customize templates. So if you have really specific workflows you want to use, and maybe you want to create some templates that you can always go back to when maybe you do an annual campaign of a certain type and you don't want to necessarily reinvent the wheel, having the ability to create your own and save them, I think, will make your life and the lives of your coworkers, I think, significantly better. So when we talk about workflow, there's really two primary components to a workflow. One primary piece is stages. Think about your campaign funnel, right? The different things, in many cases, right, we think about the funnel as kind of what happens before the campaign, what needs to happen during the campaign, kind of what are the creators obligated to do during the campaign, and what do you need to do maybe after that campaign? Pay the creator, get feedback on your event. All those things are things that you can completely build into your workflow. Another thing to think about, are those tasks, right? And we've kind of continued to evolve what you can do with tasks, whether it's kind of specific to-do tasks you want to assign to your creators, or from an internal perspective, right? As a brand, as a manager of these creator marketing programs, what are the things I need to do? Do I need to send a contract? Do I need to send a product to that creator? All of that stuff can be configured directly in a campaign, and then you're able to kind of monitor and manage that with the next piece I'm going to show. So the workflow manager is this central hub of all of that stuff that's going on with that particular campaign. Once you've set up your stages and milestones and your tasks, you can go into the workflow and see what's happening. What are the things that you need to do? What are the things that you're waiting for that creator to do? You can see if they've been posting content, if they've connected a profile. You can put notes in here. A lot of flexibility, and it really gives you that flexibility to manage very specific individual creator journeys, as well as large scale, hundreds and hundreds of different creators doing different things, giving you, like I said, that central hub, that location to see what's going on, manage what's going on, and then intervene, right? You might find there's a bunch of folks that are not necessarily progressing through the campaign as you would expect, so you can bulk message them, things like that. So before I jump into kind of a real world use case of this and give you a flavor of how this actually all works, just wanted to set the stage a little bit. So I'm a company, and we have a new sneaker we are releasing in August, and want to show you kind of what I just showed you, kind of real world, what it's going to look like, how you'd actually manage a campaign, as well as we're going to give you that ability to see the creator experience. So like I said, really excited to be able to show you that, because I think that's going to be such a game changer. So now, here's my campaign that I'm working on. And we have updated the campaign builder. So those of you that are familiar with our existing campaign builder, we have made updates here. I think it's a really great UI improvement. It's really easy to see everything that you're doing, when the campaign's going to run, what are your goals? So one of the things we added in this release is the ability to dictate exactly what metrics you want to see. So if you're not measuring revenue for this campaign, we're not going to show you revenue numbers with no information. Fully customized to what you need, what you want to see. From a creator perspective, I've added my creators here, social content. So what keywords am I going to tag posts to the campaign with? What network do those posts need to be coming from? All of that easily kind of readable and scannable. But the big piece of this here is the workflow component. So for this particular campaign and a new product launch, what are the things that I need to do? What are the things that I need to communicate to the creator? What are the things from a brand perspective that I need to be doing? So, to give you a sense of that, right? Pre-campaign. So like I said, the kind of activities that you need to do before the campaign is kind of in its, actively posting content. So campaign brief. So I mentioned before, kind of tasks, and tasks being everything from to-dos to even having some of the new tasks that we've added. So what we refer to them internally as smart tasks. So things like a campaign brief. So I need to send a campaign before the campaign even begins. I want to let all of the creators know that are in the campaign what to expect, what they need to do. And so right in the product, when you're creating a new campaign and you want to include this specific smart task, the campaign brief one, you see, you can assign it to all creators. So if it's assigned to all creators will get this in the portal. If you assign it to individual creators, only specific creators will see this particular campaign brief in the portal. So you could have a template that you customize, or maybe you just have a specific campaign brief for a specific creator that you're working with. All of that is really easy to do. And you can see kind of the rich text field here that can support all the basic functions like bolding and italicize. So you can kind of create exactly what you want to see in the campaign brief here. And then obviously, I know as a brand, I need to send the product. So I can have a very simple to-do task to send the product, and that I'll get reminded of that directly in the workflow manager. And then during the campaign, another one of the smart tasks that we've just added is focused around content and posting content. And within that, you can easily go in here and again, assign it to all creators in the campaign, to specific creators. You have that rich text field here where you can put specific information to inform your creator exactly what they need to do, when to post, what the posting requirements are, any specific directions you need to give, assign what network they need to post to, how many posts they need to make. And one of the most requested features is the ability to require content review. So when you select this, it is not mandatory. You do not have to always select content review required. But when you do, what happens is when that creator gets this task in their creator portal and they're informed that, hey, you need to upload content for review prior to posting. So when they go in and upload that content, now from your perspective, you'll be able to review that content directly in that workflow manager and be able to provide that feedback to your creator, or approve right away, and then they can move on to posting it. Again, kind of the basic details of that campaign. And you can see here, right? This is assigned to all creators. This is assigned to one specific creator. So we have one creator that is an amazing blogger. I just want them to write a great product review. Don't need, not necessarily posting on Instagram, but for them, they get a very specific task. And then finally, as a brand, I want to know that when this creator makes it into that post-campaign phase, I need to pay them. So I want to be reminded that I need to pay them. So we've set up the campaign. Now let's go see what this looks like from a workflow perspective. And as you can imagine, right now we're in the live campaign. Now we've moved into what's specifically happening right now in the campaign. So when I come into workflow, I'm going to see kind of where my creators are. So what stage or phase of the campaign are they in? And then when I come down here, kind of the all view, as you can see, nine creators, the all view, this is showing me kind of what stage each creator is in, what the to-do is for me. So from a brand perspective, for Corey, Corey's in the post-campaign stage, so I need to send a payment. For Jason, I'm waiting for him still to accept that campaign brief I sent him. So all of that right there at your fingertips. For whatever stage they're in will indicate how many incomplete tasks they have. So how much more do they have to do? And then when you assign those post content tasks, you can see, how many posts have been made against what they've been assigned. So we've assigned each of these creators 4 posts, and we can kind of keep track of how many of those posts have they completed. You can also easily drop in a note here. So, for example, right, Jennifer's on vacation until next week. So I know, hey, she might be delayed in accepting that campaign brief, but I've noted it here so I can come back and see that. Another thing you can see when you drill into an individual creator is kind of in detail, right, what they've done. So I've accepted that campaign brief. The brand has sent the product out to me, and now they're waiting for me to upload content for approval. So you get that really great kind of at a glance understanding of what they've done, what they've hadn't, what they haven't done, and are able to kind of easily address anything that needs to happen to move forward. A couple other things here. This is a small group of creators, so not a huge need to do bulk things, but if you're managing a larger scale program, it's really easy to select a number of creators, and you can message them as a group, you can pay them, you can mark tasks complete. So for everyone that, in this group, mark this task complete. Or, I've been working with these people directly, and I just need to move them all to the next stage. You're able to do that. So you can easily kind of in bulk move people to a new stage. And then a couple other things, right? So now that we've layered in automation, as your creators are finishing tasks and as the brand is completing the tasks that they need to be doing, your creators will be automatically moving through these phases. So for Corey here, if I need to send a payment, I know I sent my payment to Corey, and you do that, now you can see, so Corey is now in the done stage, and I no longer have any to-dos to do. So this is really going to make it easy to stay on top of what you need to be doing and making sure your creators are doing what they need to do. Really going to make life, I think, easy for everyone. And then last but not least, wanting to show, what that experience is when you're kind of approving content. So when one of your creators has uploaded content, what that experience will look like. So Andrea has uploaded some content for me to review. And what you're going to be able to see is the content, whether it's a video or if it's an image. See that, you'll be able to see what the corresponding text that she's looking to include is. You can approve the post. You can request changes. So if there's specific things that, you need to add this hashtag, or, hey, can you change the lighting of the image? Things like that, you're going to be able to directly do, and that gets directly fed back into the creator portal for the creator to address. And then a change history. So we'll keep track of the back and forth. So, and then when you come back in, you can see kind of, oh, I requested changes, waiting for, we're waiting for the creator to update, but all that kind of change history and things will be totally built in. And like I said, I think this will make people's lives significantly easier. So really excited about all that, but even more excited to have Andrea show you what the experience is going to be like for your creators in your creator portal.
Thank you, Brett. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm excited to give you a view of what this experience of workflow automation will look like on our portal side. So I will get that pulled up and we'll jump right in. All right. So a lot of you may be familiar, but this is what our portal looks like. All right, so we should be up and running. Okay. So for a little bit of background, your creator portal is the central hub where your creators will go to make sure they're up to date on all aspects of their interactions with your brand. And previously, we've added features that allow your creators to quickly and easily set up and view payment information, access product links, and view their conversion and performance data within the portal. And with this update for workflow automation, Portal becomes an even more integral part of managing your creator partnerships with Sidekick. So upon login, your creators will see a revamped dashboard with a My Task section that is front and center, easy to read, gives them all the information they need kind of as soon as they're logged in. It will display any open task assigned to them in their current workflow stage, and they can click into any of those open tasks directly from the dashboard and complete them then and there without having to navigate away or kind of go to any additional screens. But what we've also done is created an all task view within the portal. What you'll see here is it not only shows any open task assigned to a creator, but it will also show them a history of any task they've completed in the past. So if they want to reference a historic campaign brief or just kind of see maybe they forgot what they did last week and want to go back and they're not sure, all those completed tasks will be listed there for them to see and go back and view. Now we're going to take a look at some of the specific task types that Brett walked through on the brand side to show you a little bit about how that interaction and how that UI will look from the creator perspective. So for our to-do tasks, they really let you create any item that you want to track for your creators. So in the example that I have on the screen, you've asked your creator to write a product review, which is the example that Brett walked through earlier. And when she does that, she can easily go into the right product review task, confirm that I've completed it, and that will be reflected immediately as a completed task back in your workflow manager. Next up, we've got our campaign brief task, and that one's one we're really excited about. Brett walked through how you can really easily set it up on a campaign brief that will detail everything your creators need to know about how they'll work with you and work with your brand. And when a creator accesses this task from the portal, they'll see exactly what you populated when you set this task up and allow them to accept terms to make sure that you're all on the same page around exactly what the expectations are in regard to the creator deliverables for a campaign. You'll be able to easily track that acceptance back in your workflow manager. And with the all task view, as I mentioned a minute ago, the information in this brief will continue to be accessible from the portal so that the creators will always have access to the specifics of the campaign they're working on and can reference it at their convenience. And last but not least, with our post content task, creators will be able to submit content from the portal, which is the view you see here. It allows them to come in, upload directly from their device, whether it be a mobile device or a laptop or whatever device they're working on. They can upload video or images, and this will get sent directly over to your workflow manager so you can see that content, review and approve it if necessary, request changes, all of those things. As you can see, we represent several statuses here. So you can see where I've submitted content and it is in review. I can always go in, see the content that I've submitted, see what I sent over, and just make sure I remember exactly what I sent to my brand. Ones that have been approved, you can come in and see ready to approve. Maybe I submitted this a week ago. I went on vacation. I came back. It's been approved, but I can't remember exactly what I submitted. So I want to come back, revisit it, and make sure I'm posting exactly what was approved for my campaign. And then also the submit revisions. What this will allow you to do is just go in, review the feedback that the brand has provided, and resubmit using the exact same UI as the original upload to make it simple, easy, not difficult at all for the creator to understand exactly what the expectations are. As part of the creating the content task, you'll be able to use those rich text fields that Brett showed on the other side to provide additional detail here. If you want to make sure you reiterate some information that was in your campaign brief, you can do that here on your content task, call out dates or deliverables or exact kind of criteria that you want to make sure that your creators are meeting, and make sure are the most informed as possible and can really come in here and easily know exactly what they need to do. And that's what we have for the workflow automation piece as a part of the portal. We really wanted to make it a quick and easy experience for creators to come in, understand exactly what they need to do, and be able to get you the information and the content that you need to run your campaigns effectively. So what we're going to do now is go back into the slide deck. So as a recap, that's workflow automation. Our team has worked incredibly hard to build a feature that will be easy to use and add value for our customers. And before we move on to some other things that we want to show you that we've been working on, we have a few questions that have come in that we've selected, and we'd like to walk through those with you. So Brett's going to jump back on stage with me here in a moment, and we're going to walk through those before we proceed with the rest of the presentation. There he is. Hi, Brett. So the first question that we've got is, when will the workflow automation and all the workflow features be available to all customers?
Yeah, so we've officially launched today, and we're doing a phased rollout. So basically over the next 2 weeks, we plan to have this in every single customer's hands. If for some reason you'd like to be kind of earlier in that list, feel free to reach out to your CSM and we'll make sure that we accommodate you as soon as possible.
Okay. Then next up, we've got, will my existing campaign, so if I'm an existing customer and I'm already running campaigns, will any of those be impacted by the changes that you're making to the campaign functionality?
Yep, none of your existing campaigns will be impacted. And basically with the new campaign builder, you can still do everything you could do before. So you do not have to have a workflow in your campaign. It is not a requirement. It is just obviously additional and enhanced features, but you can still build campaigns basically in the same exact way you've done in the past.
Perfect. And the last question we'll cover in this section is, are there any additional workflow features or enhancements planned? Which is a great segue into some of the other things that we wanted to cover on today's webinar. So I'm going to progress our slides here and we'll get into the coming soon section. As you see here, we've got a couple of things that we want to cover with you, some really exciting features that our teams are actively working on currently. So we just want to give you a taste of what's coming so that you can get as excited as we are about exactly what's going to be coming up over the next few months. First up, we've got performance-based recommendations. So what this feature will provide is an easy and intuitive way to quickly and visually identify potential top performing creators in your smart search results. We'll use the data that we have on your current top performing creators and utilize a machine learning algorithm to identify other creators that we believe would perform in a similar way. In your smart search results, you'll see a gold, silver, or bronze badge that will represent how similar they are to your existing creators. The tooltip will provide some additional detail beyond that even about why we believe they would be a good fit for you in future campaigns. Up next, we've got our predictive analytics feature. And what this is, you can really think of this as somewhat of a crystal ball into the future about how your campaigns will perform and what you can expect coming out of them. We're leveraging data that we have available to us from over 23 million creators, historical campaign performance, and statistical modeling to really help you get a better sense of how a campaign will perform based on the criteria that you've selected around how you want to run your campaign. So based on what you're looking to get out of those campaigns, our predictive analytics feature will provide performance projections around metrics like engagements, EMV, revenue, payments, and ROI. And that will allow you to adjust your campaign up front and perform better in the long run overall in your campaigns. So Brett's going to cover the last couple of enhancements before we wrap up for the day.
Thank you, Andrea. So another thing that we're actively working on is enhancing some of our reporting features. And in the process of adding, giving you the ability to go in and select a time range, select what campaigns you want included in the report, how you want to see the results. Do you want to see it by campaign? Do you want to see it all aggregate, kind of all summed up? Do you want to see it by creator? And then what metrics do you want to see? So really some enhanced reporting ability for you. And what that's going to give you the ability to do is look at, how have my campaigns performed across the last year, but also how did two campaigns that are kind of similar perform against each other? So being able to compare campaign performance against other campaigns, being able to specifically look at how creators are performing against each other over given time periods and things like that. Really excited about that. Obviously, you'll be able to export this data to bring it into any of the other tools you may be using or other ways you're looking to manipulate that data, but really excited about this. And then last but not least, we've been obviously tons of work has gone into the features that we've kicked off the rollout today around workflow, but we're not done. We know workflow is, we've already created, I think, a really powerful tool and excited to see everyone get their hands on it and start using it. But we know there's some more things we're going to want to add. So we're going to continue that workflow manager I showed you and kind of those smart tasks like the content approval or the campaign brief. We're going to continue to add more things like that, things that really kind of simplify that part of the process for you, makes it easier for you to do and manage. So something like connecting profiles, that being kind of a smart task, is going to be coming very, very soon. We're also going to be layering in a whole set of messaging around campaigns. So we can make sure not only will the portal keep your creators informed, but giving them friendly reminders about new tasks that they need to complete, or they've been invited to a new campaign, or, hey, congratulations for finishing that campaign. All of that's going to kind of be very soon to come. And then we've gotten tons of feedback and really appreciate all of our beta users that have been giving us feedback. Thank you so much, around more enhanced internal workflow management. So being able to assign tasks not only to specific creators, but specific users within your organization. Maybe, one particular user is in charge of vetting creators for you. So you need to assign a vetting task to them. So all of that stuff is coming, and we will continue to take your feedback and incorporate that into the product and making sure it continues to kind of meet and exceed your needs. So that's all we had for today. Wanted to thank everyone, thank Jeremy, thank Andrea, thank all of you for joining us today. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to learn about this stuff. Really excited to start rolling this out and getting it into your hands. And any questions that have come up that we weren't able to address during the webinar, your CSMs will absolutely be reaching back out to you, or the folks that you're in contact with at Sidekick will be reaching out to follow up and make sure you get all the information you need. But that's all we have. And again, thank you very much.